with different languages. The tower was called Babel, a Hebrew word for confused. And as we step into the next chapter, which God promises to Abram, God says, leave your country, leave your people, and leave your father's house, and go to the land that I show you. He's not telling Abram to stay in the land his father created, but he's telling him that I need you to separate from the things you love the most. He says, if you separate, I'll make you a great nation. He says, if you separate, I will bless you. He says, if you separate, I'll make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I like this one here. He says, if you separate, I'll bless those that bless you, and whosoever decides to curse you, I will curse them. Now, God promises to make Abram great, but there's one condition. Abram had to do what God commanded him to do. You see, everyone wants to be blessed. Everyone wants to experience the increase. Everybody wants to step in the overflow, but nobody wants to step out on faith. You must understand, y'all, that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So in order for you to drive that new car, because I know you keep passing by the lot and you telling your child as y'all going down the road, mama gonna have that, you need to step out on faith and go get that car. In order for you to have that 3/2/2, that's a 3-bedroom house, two bath and 2-car garage, you need to step out on faith, because faith is the substance. Some of us only got one kind of substance inside our body, and I'm not talking about faith. You see, but we need to step away from that substance, and we need to step into the substance of God so we can get just what our hearts is crying for. Now, Abram had faith in the Lord, but before he could become that great nation, he had to do what God asked him to do. Before he got blessed, before his name could be great, he had to do what God instructed him to do. He had to separate from family members and from material things. And a whole lot of what's holding us down is not us, it's not people on the outside, but it's the same folk you growed up with that's holding you down, that's not allowing you to succeed. I guess I'm the only one in here that got a bad group of family members that every time you try to move forward, they always try their best to pull you back. My grandfather used to say that them ends just like crabs in a bucket. As soon as you try to get ahead, you find yourself going back down in the bucket because they don't want to see you ride clean. As soon as you find yourself getting ahead, you find yourself going back down in the bucket because they pissed off because you got a new house. As soon as you try to get ahead, you find yourself going back down in the bucket because they fail to realize that the same thing that you got, they can have. If they only begin to step out on faith and let God begin to work through the inside of them so they can get just what their heart has been crying for. So God says, I need you to separate yourself from your family members. They ain't no good anyways. I don't care if y'all growed up and took a bath together in the same bathtub. I need you to separate yourself from them. Because you got your mind made up. You are on your own agenda. You are ready to move forward. But you just can't seem to cut them loose. I need you to separate yourself from material things, from worldly things. I need you to separate yourself from all that because I need you to get closer to me. Because the sooner you get closer to me, you'll realize that you don't need them hard-headed cousins anyways. As soon as you get closer to me, you'll realize that you don't need your job anyways because I put you here to be a business owner. As soon as you get closer to me, you'll realize that I'm all you need. But baby, if you keep hanging around Mama already looking at me crazy back there. I was finna turn the corner. As soon as you separate yourself, that's when God will be able to bless you in ways that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. But God can't bless you because you are still connected to some folk who don't even want to see you get ahead. But now, sometimes in life, I just found this out, you've got to take a few steps backwards to go 10 steps forward. That might mean that car you got might need to get repossessed. You see, our problem is, as black culture, we worry about what everybody got to say. But as soon as you get out of that element of worrying about what people got to say, that's when God will push you forward. I ain't got nobody in here. I guess I'm the only one that had to take 5 steps backwards to reevaluate my situation. I had to cut you loose because you make me no good. I had to back up on you because you didn't want to see me with no paper. I had to move you to the side because you wanted me to step out on my wife. So as soon as I backed up, then my brain got clear. As soon as I backed up, that's when the fog went away. As soon as I backed up, I realized I didn't need nothing but a little rain to make all the dust in my life disappear. But as long as you stay up there in confusion, your house gonna be full of hell. As long as you stay up there in confusion, you gonna always be broke. As long as you stay up there in confusion, you ain't gonna never be happy. Somebody else gonna take your spot, but it's time for us to take 3 steps back so the fog can clear away and then I can press my way to the mark. But until you step back, it's gonna always be some trouble. So now, when God gave Abraham these instructions, he only gave him 1 step at a time, which was to separate. God could not give Abraham step 2 until he accomplished step 1. This is so simple, but it's so profound. God gives us directions 1 step at a time. And I've got to ask you a question right now before I take my seat. Do you want to be blessed? I must still be talking to the wrong people in here, because I know I got to get back everything the enemy took from me. And this time when they come back, it's going to quadruple in my life. If I was able to have money in the streets now, I know I can come in God's house and have money. If I was able to drive a 2012 750 Li, I know that a Bentley has my name on it at the Bentley parking lot. But God said, if you want to be blessed, the question is, do you want to be blessed? Do you want your name to be great? You see, a lot of us, we drug our own name down in the mud, but God right now is asking you, I ain't worried about what they say about your name, but you need to be worried about what I say about your name. And God is saying right now, do you want your name to be great? God said right now, I might take some of y'all back to the 80s, but God said right now, do you want to have the Midas touch where everything you touch turns to gold? God said right now, do you want to live a life where you ain't got to worry about folk talking about you? Because in return, I take care of all your player haters that don't want to see you succeed. I'm just trying to figure out right now at this moment, at this hour, do you want to be blessed? Can I have a handful of people? Because I see y'all don't really want to worship with me right now. Y'all acting too bougie like y'all don't want to give God no praise. But I in fact come here to find out, do you want to be blessed? I guess I'll talk to the men back here right now. I need you to stand up on your feet and tell me if you want to be blessed. I can't give you the blessing you need, but if you stand up on your feet and start giving God some praise, God said, I'm getting ready to bless you in a way that your haters will have no other choice to talk about you. God said, I'm getting ready to bless you in a way that Facebook won't stop going off about you. God said, do you want to be blessed? Do you want to be blessed? Well, God said, if you want to be blessed in this day, I need you to choose me first. I need you to choose me first. If you choose me this day, I'll open up a door that nasty family members can't slam closed in your face. If you choose me this day, I'll go to the bank right now, and when you step in there, it's already done. If you choose me this day, I'll get that curse off your life. If you choose me this day. But God said, in order for me to do that, I need you to separate yourself from folk that mean you no good. I need you to separate yourself from ungrateful people. Some of us got some ungrateful children and some ungrateful grandchildren. And God said, I know you love them, baby, but I need you to show them what real love is. I need you to separate yourself from them. So all that negative energy that they bring in your house, it's not dwelling over your door. But as soon as you separate yourself from them, that's when I'll be able to bless you. But as long as you got them hard-headed boogers in your house, ain't nothing good gonna happen in your house. But as soon as you separate yourself from him, you might have to separate yourself from your mama, because she always calling you and aggravating you. You might have to separate yourself from your sister, because she tying down your house. You might have to separate yourself. Separate yourself. God said, I need you to separate yourself right now this day from no good people. I need you to separate yourself right now this day from ungrateful people. I need you to separate yourself right now, brother, from disrespectful people. I need you to separate yourself right now, and I already see in your eyes, pictures are already popping up in your face, who you need to separate yourself from. That's okay, baby. That's okay, boo-boo. That's just confirmation that there's some folk in your life you need to separate from. God said, I need you to separate yourself from unworthy people. God said, I need you to separate yourself from people that constantly take, and all you do is give. I guess I ain't got nobody in here, so that means it's time for me to go back to the south side of Marion County. But before I go to my seat, I need you to understand who you need to separate from. Once you separate from people, that's when God will give you your name back. You see a whole lot of men in here, they ain't got their name because they let other women drag their name in the mud. But if you just begin to give God a praise like never before, God said, if you separate yourself from a trifling scamp who's taking your money, I'll pick you up here. God said, if you separate yourself from that little book, I'll put your children in school with no money. God said, if you separate yourself, I'll pick you up over your heels. God said, if you separate yourself, I'll bless you in ways they can't help but talk about you. But you got to separate yourself. You see, the problem with the black man is they forgot where they came from. Me and my wife went and saw Selma, and black is beautiful. I ain't taking nothing else from anybody else. Whatever God created you, but black is beautiful. But the problem with the man is that they forgot where they came from. Because we used to be a culture of unity. We used to be a culture of prayer. We used to be a culture where I ain't gonna tell nobody else's business because I got too much hell in my house. We used to be a culture that stuck together because the old saying said that a family that prays together, and y'all still trying to figure out why your family ain't staying together because ain't nobody. Lord have mercy. And one thing I can't stand is a sorry man. That's something I can't validate is a sorry man. I know this is Man's Day, correct? This is a men's conference or something to that nature. One thing I can't stand is a sorry man. And please don't get it twisted. I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to be funny. But we got some sorry men that preach on Sunday morning. Just as well we got some sorry men up under the tree with a cup of Cavassier. It don't matter where you at or what you're doing. If you sorry, you are sorry. If you're sorry, you're sorry. A sorry man is somebody who don't take care of their responsibilities. They might dress up good, but deep down inside, you still sorry. You still sorry. If you don't take care of your seeds, you sorry. As my grandma always tell me, baby, it's a poor wind that don't change. And if you ain't changing something in your life, this means you fall up under this category and you sorry. How can I tell I'm a sorry man? You a sorry man if you married to somebody and you ain't trying to help them become the best woman that they can be. You a sorry man if you refuse to wake up and go to church with your family on Sunday morning. You a sorry man if you ain't trying to help your kids, whether you got them on the inside or on the outside of the house. If you not taking care of your kids, you a sorry man. And then the only way we can follow this theme verse, the theme verse is Matthew 5:16. It says, letting our light shine before men. The only way we can do that is we have to separate ourselves from other people that have no light. And we must connect ourselves to people whose light is showing. And we must not be looking at or being focused on the person they used to be. Because if the truth be told, all of us got it used to be. If the truth be told, all of us can do a minute Ripperton and go back down memory lane. And some of us don't want to go back down memory lane because we know just what kind of man and just what kind of woman we used to be. But y'all, guess what? It's always good to look back down memory lane so you can give God praise for where he brought you from. Because if you were still back there, you wouldn't drive what you drive. If you were still back there, you wouldn't live what you live. So it's always okay to look back, but just don't go back. Because if you go back, you might not have what you have. If you go back, you might not live where you live. If you go back, but sometimes you gotta put on your Gucci shades and just because I ain't going back there no more. Now I'm serving a man that said in his word, I can do all things but fail. So it does not matter how tall that mountain is. I know I'm going to get to the top and stick a fork in it. It does not matter how wide that ditch is. I know I'm going to leap over it. It does not matter what the circumstance is. I'm going to overcome it. You should look at your problems and your situations and just smile at it. Because you know you serve not just a man. I'm going to be correct. You know you serve the man. You see, some of us forgot what it is to serve a man, because the only man you're trying to serve is the one that can stop by your house between the hours of 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. But if you start serving the man, God will begin to change some things in your life. If you start serving the man, God will bring your hard-headed children off the street. If you start serving the man and stop opening up your mouth and talking about what you should be doing. But if you just start letting them look at you and let them say what a change it is in her life. You see, I'm tired of dealing with folk that always got something to say, but they're not proving nothing to me. I need to get connected with a group of men and a group of women who ain't worried about because I used to sell dope. I need to be connected with a bunch of men and a bunch of women who's only focused on me moving forward. Don't be worried about what I drive. Don't be worried about what my wife drives. You need to be focused on us giving God praise. We need to separate. I ask everybody to just continue to pray for me. My name is Brandon J. Sams. I just like to be called Brandon. Amen. I ain't in all these titles. My name is Brandon J. Sams, S-A-M-S. I ask everybody to like the church Facebook page, Little A We're Proud, on Facebook. And God is getting ready to do something. Not just in this church, but in Marion County. Because you see, God raising up a new kind of folk. He's not raising up the folk that everybody think they should be. And God getting ready to bring some people right through that door. And I don't believe in prophesying because God didn't give me that. But God getting ready to bring some folk through that door whose lives are never going to be the same when they come through that door. All we got to do is remember what the scriptures is all about. If you ain't got L-O-V in your heart, boo-boo, God is not in you. But when they walk through that door, if you show them love, no matter their circumstance, no matter their situation, no matter how much weed they got in their system, no matter how many women they still sleeping with, no matter how much cocaine they selling, no matter how much they stealing, when they walk through that door, if you give them the principles of the gospel, which is L-O-V-E, this church will never be the same. If you show them L-O-V-E, when they walk through that door, lives will get transformed and families will come back together. But we got to show them L-O-V-E. I thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to exercise what the Lord has given me. I really appreciate this because in my hometown, nobody wants to accept what God has created. Nobody wants to accept what God has created, but I made up in my mind I might not preach in y'all church, but the Lord has gave me a church to preach at. The Lord has given me a house to preach the word that he has given me. So I want everybody to just be in prayer for your neighbors. Because somebody beside you going through something right now that's a whole lot stinker than what you're going through. But the only reason you don't know that their situation is stinker than yours is because they keep their mouth closed. And the only reason people know what you're going through because you keep opening your mouth. But y'all, it's time for us to keep our mouth closed, and it's time for us to get like Pop did when he first came in here. You see, I'm always observing things. The first thing Pop did was got down on his knees. I got to go there. A whole lot of us getting on our knees for the wrong reason. But once you start getting on your knees to give God some praise, that's when things will begin to change. And once you start getting on your knees to give God some change, may God bless you.